Hello, welcome back. Well, let's see about getting this engine running today. What's left on the bench is what we got to put on there to get her to run. Previous video, we did run the oil pump with a drill. We were getting some pretty good oil pressure that way. We were even creating oil pressure just by turning it by hand. So I'm pretty happy with where we're sitting. But with that, I'll get you set up and we'll get this back together. The first thing we'll do is get the governor put in. Oil pump gear. And it's got a key, clip. And then we will put the front cover on. So first things first is get this in there. And I should have done this while it was on end. And we'll just put the oil pump in, or oil pump gear. And this is pretty loose tolerances or slip fit on here, except for the key, that's not. And just a clip holding it in. Then I did buy a gasket from John Deere, but it might have been sitting on the shelf a little too long because it has shrunk. So I have to make a new gasket. And that's it right here. So I'm going to slide this to the edge of the bench here to put all this on. Just because of the feet, here, sit just a little bit lower than the engine. Do have a seal pushed in already, or pressed it in. I'm just going to put some of this Permatex stuff on here. So when the next time you have to take it apart, it'll be miserable. No, just doing it for cheap insurance. Just in case something decides to leak a little bit, but maybe it's overkill again. Old tractor, there's probably more leaks than what's going to happen here. We'll put this on. And that should stay there, maybe. There we go. Front cover's on, we're good to go, the bolts are tight. Next thing we'll do is put the water pump in. I did have to make a new jumper. This one was getting pitted up. There were some pits in there that I didn't feel comfortable with. So I just made a new one. I took a 1/2-inch pipe nipple, schedule 80 pipe nipple, turned it down, 3/4 inch OD, and then 5/8 ID. And then that'll be the piece that goes in between. There is an O-ring that goes in here. There's no ring that's up in the block. I've already done that. So I did rebuild this water pump. There's another video that'll come out later on. that talks about rebuilding this water pump and all the steps in that. And it'll also talk about adjusting the gear lash on the bevel gears. So that's already been done. That's why I have a stack of gaskets on there already. So I do have everything lubed up here with dielectric grease just to make things easier to go together, and we'll try to wrestle that in there now. There we go. You can be a little stubborn. All right, so that's in. And we'll put the front cover on, housing. Put the gasket in the right way. All right, that's in. I did do the flywheel. I got all that put on there. I got everything here. And we'll just throw the distributor on. I've seen this done before a time or two. So I'm just going to leave these loose. We talked about this before, setting the timing. But once we get some voltage to it, then we'll just rotate it counterclockwise until spark occurs. And we'll get it set up. This might be difficult to do. I don't know how we're going to do that one yet, because I'm not going to put the transmission on it. Might have to come up with a guesstimate on where to time it at. We'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Get the carburetor on. Maybe. Kind of a bugger. A couple bolts. Try to get everything going. Throw the plugs in, snug them up. All right, I think that wraps that up. I think we're in a good spot to see about running it. Set the timing, I'll add oil. I'll get my water tank set up, fuel tank. I'll have to put the starter on. Then I'll just put my springs back on here just to keep everything choke open. And then keep it from hitting high RPMs. So I'll bring you back when we are set up. Hold tight. Battery's about dead anyways. Perfect timing. All right, well, we're set up here. Timing is set. We got water in the system. Got gas. Turn that on. Got oil in it. gauge set up to monitor oil pressure. I don't have the transmission on it like I mentioned before. It's just not sitting the best on the bench here because I don't have the rear mounting plate or mounting bolts. So I just have this in there right now. I have another one on the other side that kind of wedges in there. But I'm going to start cranking this a little bit, see if we still build some oil pressure. That's promising. Well, let's see what happens here, huh? I'd say that's a pretty good test. Feel really good where things are sitting there. I'm gonna fire it up again here, see how it fires up. All right, well, I'm very happy where that turned out. Runs really good. There's a little bit of blue smoke, but I think the engine just needs to be put under a load a little bit, just idling along there. Timing probably needs to be set a little more accurate with the transmission. I kind of eyeballed it on the back with the notch. It was at about the 12 o'clock position, but I think we got her close for now. But yeah, I'm really happy where that turned out. We got oil up on the top end here, both sides, pulled this other valve cover off. So yeah, we are in a really good spot with this. So I appreciate you watching. I'll get you set up for a bulletin review. Hang tight. All right, have you set up for a bulletin? And we'll go back to July of 1953, number 205. And it talks about adjusting the power shaft bevel gears on a 70. 70s were probably pretty new in the lineup at this time, so they were probably running into some issues, and just bringing attention to it for the dealers. Next page is some more 70 stuff. We did talk about this one in a previous service bulletin. And then also talking about main bearings down on the bottom, on how you don't have to remove the line, oil line, to remove the main bearing. And then some more stuff on this page. We got additional information supplied for hydraulic stop, remote cylinders, in the troubleshooting section. Parts breakdown of the whole system. And then also talking about how they raise the oil level on the steering gear compartment on the 50s, 60s, and 70s up on the top there. And then a new spark plug chart for John Deere tractors. And in this bulletin it talks about the 70 some more, just giving those specifications. I'm guessing this came out before the service manual. And the last page just has more information. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Appreciate you watching, and have a good day.